A nightmare scenario played out in real life.
The kids are running! Oh my God.
You should know your schools and local police departments do prepare for the worst.
And if something happens in my school, if I hear shots, I'm running straight to it.
Every time it happens, they're watching, processing, improving what to do if it were to happen to their school. Plainfield Police and Fire allowed us to tag along during one of their active school shooter training drills over the summer. They do these twice a year and mix it up every time. Different scenarios based on what's happened locally, like Aurora's Henry Pratt shooting in 2019 when a shooter fired from a doorway. Or what's happened recently, like the Uvalde shooting in May, where officers thought the classroom door was locked.
Initial reports was the door was locked and they were trying to figure out their way in, so obviously that's something hasn't come up.
The top priority is to neutralize the shooter.
If you stop to treat your victims as you come in, and the dying continues or the killing continues, so you have to go after your immediate threat first.
Once that happens, they turn their attention to the victims. According to the U.S. Department of Education, last school year was the most violent, with 93 total school shootings, 43 of them deadly.
These incidents are only open to somebody's imagination, so whatever you can come up with to get your guys ready and prepare them for it, that's what we try to do with them.
After Uvalde and the criticism that followed, we wanted to sit down with the first line of defense in schools, school resource officers, or SROs. We met 3 of them from different communities.
Sergeant Colin Molisek.
Officer Jaylene Artie.
Detective Jameer Price.
Their experience varies from a Plainfield sergeant who's in charge of his department's SROs to a detective from Joliet with 3 years in schools and a rookie SRO in Aurora.
It's like being a police officer in a small city. Almost 3,000 kids. If something happens, you're the first one going to whatever incident that is.
Like the rest of us, they watched what unfolded inside Uvalde's Robb Elementary School on May 24th.
We hope to God that nothing ever like that would happen, but unfortunately, if something like that did, we'd be prepared.
It's not an easy topic for police to discuss what took place and what we saw in the surveillance videos.
I mean, none of us, our position, we want Monday morning quarterback to say they didn't do this, they didn't do that. But I mean, it's kind of hard to watch. You know what I mean? You would think that, maybe it's just, something needs to happen quicker. Like I said, I wasn't there, part of the planning or understand maybe what was going on, but you hate to see that much time pass.
All 3 say they prepare for disaster routinely, get to know the blueprint of the school, mentally prepare for incidents in different locations.
What are you going to say on the radio? How are you going to call for help? Where are you going to go?
They also welcome patrol officers to stop by, walk through the schools, learning the layout. School maps are made available for all first responders. In Plainfield, officers have building swipe cards for easy access. SROs are there to protect, but they're also there to talk to students.
You're a counselor, you're a social worker to some extent, you're an educator. The law enforcement aspect sometimes is the smallest part of that job.
So if something does occur, the trust is already there.
We don't want kids to go through life completely scared all the time. We don't want our guys to go through life completely on edge all the time. But you don't rise to the occasion, you fall to your level of training, and that's what we hope our guys are going to do.
Elizabeth Matthews, Fox 32, Chicago.